state of Missouri is reporting a decrease in the number of students in public schools. We'll hear what local districts are seeing.
Online sales are on the rise. That means more opportunities to get scammed. You'll see how one Pittsburgh hobby shop is keeping its online customers safe. That's coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
President Trump has yet to concede the White House race to Joe Biden, but today spoke publicly for the first time since the election was called on Saturday. The president spoke about the race to create a coronavirus vaccine, but did not mention either the election or President-elect Biden. Natalie Brand reports.
In his first public statement since his projected election loss, President Trump discussed a coronavirus vaccine.
We're doing it in less than 1 year. If you had a different administration with different people, what we've done would have taken, in my opinion, 3, 4, 5 years.
He did not directly address his continued challenges to the election, but seemed to acknowledge future COVID policy may not be his decision to make.
Ideally, we won't go to a lockdown. I will not go. This administration will not be going to a lockdown. Hopefully, the whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration it will be. I guess time will tell. But I can tell you this administration will not go to a lockdown.
On Friday, winners were finally projected in the 2 still undecided states. CBS News projects North Carolina went to President Trump, and President-elect Joe Biden is the presumptive winner in Georgia, where all the ballots are now being recounted by hand. The CBS News estimate shows Biden with 306 electoral votes, the same number Mr. Trump won in 2016.
Here in Delaware, Biden continues to meet with transition advisors while waiting for the Trump administration to give the sign-off that would allow funding and access to agencies and top-level intelligence briefings for the president-elect.
You need real-time information to deal with crises of the moment.
Transition advisor Jen Psaki says the 9/11 Commission noted the need for an incoming president to be up to speed on day one.
We just want to get access to intelligence information, to threat assessments, to the ongoing work on COVID so that we can prepare to govern.
Transition advisors also warned the delay could create roadblocks for the incoming administration to tackle COVID-19 since they're not directly engaged with current federal officials. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
CBS News has learned that dozens of Secret Service members are believed to be infected with the coronavirus or are in quarantine after being exposed to it. Their cases are suspected to be linked to President Trump's pre-election day campaign rallies. Nick Kelly joins us now with a first look at the weather. Fortunately, the rain held off until after Friday Night Football.
Yeah, in the meantime, all the cloud cover didn't stop temperatures from warming up after another cold start this morning. Dow upper 20s had Joplin Regional, but a nice rebound into the mid-50s, even though it was a chilly day. Still a 26-degree jump. That's a good rebound after our cold start this morning. We held off, as you said, on the rain until the last hour. Now we're starting to see more rain echoes popping up across northeastern Oklahoma and along the Kansas-Oklahoma line as our next wave really begins to kick into gear as we head into the overnight. Temperatures for the most part upper 40s to lower 50s. We will hold there until about the midnight hour. Then, despite cloud cover and rain chances increasing, we'll actually warm up a bit with the south wind kicking into gear as well. We'll go 53 by 6 a.m. And again, the south wind will really turn us mild again with highs near 66. We'll break down the thunderstorm chances for tomorrow and how the week ahead is shaping up coming up in a bit, Dow.
All right, we'll see you soon. An Oklahoma Senate swearing-in ceremony has been canceled after lawmakers on the House side tested positive for COVID-19. At least 2 representatives have tested positive. One of them after attending a swearing-in ceremony on Wednesday. Reporter Storm Jones has more.
Representatives Kevin Wallace from Chandler and Tammy Townley from Ardmore testing positive for COVID-19. Masks were hit and miss at the Capitol Wednesday, which is exempt from the OKC mask mandate. Wallace says he tested positive before the ceremony, saying in a statement, quote, "I did not participate in the oath of office ceremonies or take my oath with any other members. The oath of office was administered to me individually under CDC guidelines." Meanwhile, Townley tested positive after the ceremony. She says in a statement, "I was very surprised to have a positive result, given my prior positive test for antibodies. I immediately notified House leadership and am participating in contact tracing efforts. On the day of the swearing-in, Townley also celebrated Veterans Day without a mask. Frustration over a lack of notice to lawmakers spilling over on social media, many saying they learned about the possible exposure from a Tulsa World report instead of House leadership. Democrat House Minority Leader Emily Virgin telling me in a statement, "It was certainly a shock to learn on Twitter that members had COVID, but the big takeaway from the situation is that all Oklahomans need to continue to take this pandemic seriously." The Senate ceremony will now be conducted in small groups in the Senate chambers, where masks are strongly encouraged and social distancing will be observed.
Again, that was Storm Jones reporting. Both Representatives Wallace and Townley say they are asymptomatic and are doing well. State of Missouri is reporting a decrease in public school enrollment. State Department of Education says there's been a 3.2% decrease across the state. Our local districts, however, are seeing a smaller decrease. Joplin has 162 students fewer than last year, and Neosho has 75 fewer. In Diamond, they've actually had an increase. 50 more students are enrolled than last year, ending a 3 or 4 year downward trend.
We're very pleased with that. Obviously, you want to continue to grow. So we're hoping as a school district to continue to show our community and the area the great teachers and great kids and great things that we're doing in our school district, so we can draw more families and more kids to come and experience a great quality education.
The Department of Education is trying to determine just why there's been such a drastic decrease across the state. There's a backlog on butchers across the 4 states as meat processors try to keep up with demand during deer season. Clouds in Carthage is booked through January of 2022 and has a limit on the number of deer it'll take. The owner says he's asking customers to be patient, anticipating some possible openings at the beginning of the new year. Because so many of the major meat processing plants are either closed or operating on a partial basis, demand is falling on the shoulders of many small and medium-sized processors.
We've added some equipment and we've done some things that we've upped our at least 20% right now, and probably within, as we put this equipment online, we'll be able to up our production 30 to 40%.
Tomorrow marks the start of the November firearms portion of deer season in Missouri. Oklahoma authorities are investigating after a homicide in Ottawa County last night. The victim, Melvin Shamblin, was shot at a home in Wyandotte, Oklahoma, and was taken to a Joplin hospital where he was pronounced dead. The OSBI interviewed several witnesses, including the alleged shooter. Authorities say that alleged shooter was cooperative and was released. They're not yet giving any other details. Still ahead, more online shopping means more opportunities for shoppers to be scammed. We're going to hear how you can avoid becoming a victim. Better Business Bureau says online sales are on the rise, and so are local online scams looking to take advantage of 4-state shoppers. KOAM's Mike Mahoney visited a local business that recently took their sales online to learn how they're protecting customers.
According to a new report by the Better Business Bureau, online shoppers around the world spent more than $3.5 trillion in 2019. But that's nothing compared to 2020.
It's already surpassed the numbers from last year. And we're only in November. We've got a whole nother month, and we've got Black Friday and Cyber Monday coming up.
But that increase in online shopping means an increase in online scams, and our neck of the woods is no exception.
We're also seeing a surge in online purchase scams that are happening right now in this area, the 4-state area, due to the pandemic.
Ogre's Lair is a card and collectible shop in Pittsburgh that just started selling Magic the Gathering cards online about a month ago. Rare cards can go for a high price, so this shop teamed up with TCGplayer.com, a website that verifies sellers and protects buyers with a money-back guarantee.
I use it personally, and I think it's the best way to buy cards online, because all the customer review system's great, and you can see their entire order history also.
Ogre's Lair staff says things have gone smoothly in their first month of online sales, and they're hoping to expand to other selling sites, but only ones with built-in protections for both buyers and sellers.
We're trying to do like eBay and Etsy right now for our other stuff in the shop.
In Pittsburgh, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
Now, rare Magic the Gathering cards have sold for as much as $250,000, but the most expensive card at Ogre's Lair in Pittsburgh is around $250,000. Nick will be right back with the complete forecast. First, though, we take time to honor a local veteran, Corporal Bradley Harold. The Altamont, Kansas native served in the U.S. Marine Corps, and we are proud to salute Corporal Bradley Harold. He's tonight's four-state hero.
We kept mostly cloudy during the day, but that did not stop temperatures from rebounding after a cold start this morning. We went from the upper 20s into the mid-50s this afternoon, despite indigo skies showing quite a bit of cloud cover building up. Mid and upper level cloud cover throughout the course of the day and into this evening so far. Hasn't resulted in any rain for much of the day, but that has changed ever since we hit the 9 o'clock hour as advertised, and that is where we are beginning to see some more rain echoes popping up from some areas in southwest Missouri, south of the interstate, but the more prevalent rain echoes right now are east of Bartlesville, working through northern Nowata, northern Craig counties, and this is just the beginnings of the rain chances that will pick up and expand across the area as we head throughout the course of the overnight. 51 in Joplin with mostly clear skies and dry conditions for now. Looking at the rest of the area, most of us sitting in the upper 40s to lower 50s. This is where we're going to sit for the next few hours before the southerly wind really picks up throughout the night and pushes us into the lower to middle 50s for tomorrow morning. That's despite cloud cover and rain chances picking up ahead of our upper level wave now working across New Mexico. That's going to bring in the rain chances tonight and tomorrow. Then this upper low across southwestern Canada already starting to push this cold front out of the Rockies. That's going to sweep the rain chances out here by tomorrow night, but leave us chilly to wrap up the weekend. Looking at the future track forecast, doing a good job picking up on the rain chances developing now, and it will continue to expand the rain and thunderstorm chances too as we head into tomorrow morning. Despite the rain chances off and on throughout the course of the day, that south wind really picks up at 15 to 25, and that sends us back into mild territory before we see that cold front out west roll on in. So we'll rise to 53 at 6 a.m., 61 by noon, pushing into the mid-60s for most of you, 66 for tomorrow afternoon. Before this front clears out any rain chances, we'll have to keep an eye on that front as we start Saturday evening. Here 7 o'clock. We'll watch for the potential for a line of strong thunderstorms, maybe a couple low-grade severe storms if we can get unstable enough to develop mainly across southwestern Missouri. But it doesn't stick around for long. By 8, 9 o'clock, the front clears out, dries us out, but again leaves us a bit chilly, if not cold, for Sunday morning. As overnight lows drop back to about 38 degrees. Looking good for Sunday, though. Mostly sunny, chilly, but dry, with temperatures topping out around 55, back to 61 on Monday. We're quiet for much of next weekend, staying mild. In fact, we should be back in the lower 70s by Thursday and Friday now.
That's something you don't often see this time of year. We'll be glad to get back in the lower 70s.
Yeah, we better enjoy it while we can.
You bet. Thanks, Nick. Hey, Friday the 13th is a lucky day for folks looking to get a discount on tattoos. A lot of shops, including Dark Star Tattoo in Granby, Missouri, often drop their prices for Friday the 13th themed tattoos. Today is the last Friday the 13th for 2020. By the way, this year was a bit unusual because there were 3 Friday the 13ths in that kind of year. Nick and I are getting out of here so we can turn it over to Jacob and the rest of the sports team. Friday night football action straight ahead.
Well, it's district championship time for Missouri high school football. Now, this matchup we get tonight in Carthage is easily the biggest one of the year. The Carthage Tigers host the Webb City Cardinals for the Class 5 District 6 championship. Now, these two, not only the two best in the district, they're number 1 and number 2 in the state in Class 5. First Carthage possession, Cooper Crouch makes a play for Webb City. Gets the interception. Cardinals set up deep in Carthage territory. A few plays later, you know who it is. Devin Weathers comes this way for the 15-yard touchdown. Webb City has the first 7 of the night. After an early second quarter score to put Webb up 14, they're kicking off. Justin Sneed back for the Tigers. Sneed finds some open space. He's gone. Carthage on the board with that. They're now within 7. Webb City, though, cashed in through the air. Cole Gaiman puts it right on the money to Cole Vaden. Great pass. 37 yards makes it 21-0 Webb City. And right before half, Gaiman loading up again. It's one's in the air for a while, but Mekhi Gerard, they're waiting for it. 40-yard score. Webb City up 28-7 at the break. Now, first drive of the second half, Weathers gets his second score of the night, 39-yarder there. Webb City Cardinals are district champs for the 21st straight season. Cards top Carthage 42-21. Class 4 District 5, Carl Junction tries for its first district title in 19 years on the road against West Plains. Started off in the fourth quarter, West Plains up 28-20. Bulldogs close the gap a little bit. Brady Sims scores there. CJ goes for the tie. Not able to get the 2-point conversion though. Zizzers lead 28-26. Titus Seeley there adds another score for the Zizzers, makes it 35-26. Now West Plains comes up big on defense here with 6 minutes left in regulation. Connor Lair gets the interception. It would be Seeley again muscling up the middle for the touchdown. Zizzers get by Carl Junction tonight 41-26 to claim the Class 4 District 5 title. Well, Lamar Tigers are back playing for another district championship this season. The Tigers host the Sarcoxie Bears tonight, aiming to claim the Class 2 District 4 title. Lamar's pretty hot right now. They enter the night on a 7-game winning streak. Starting in the first, Lamar ball. Logan Crockett gets to the outside and into the end zone. Tigers lead 6-0. Then, Case Tucker throwing, finds Mason Gastel in the end zone. Lamar pushes its lead to 13-0. Into the first quarter now, Tucker calls his own number. Dodges a few tackles. He gets in the end zone. That makes it 19-0 Lamar. Tigers had no problem tonight. They claim the district title 53-6. Well, Lockwood Tigers are on an 8-game winning streak coming into the night. They're looking to wrap up the Class 1 District 4 title against Marionville. This one was tight, but Lockwood on the wrong side this evening, 28-21. Well, after a slow start to the season, the Frontenac Raiders are on a roll right now. They were 1-3 in their first 4 games, but now they've won 5 of 6 and have a chance to move on to the Final 4. The Frontenac hosts Holton tonight in the 3A state quarterfinals. Pick it up in the first quarter. Second play from Holton. Cale Purcell calls his own number, gets in for the score. Wildcats lead 7-0. Later in the quarter, Connor Tannehill with the ball. Runs the defender over to get in the end zone. Holton up 14. Now ensuing Raiders drive, pass goes to Mario Mangini. Makes it upfield before the ball gets punched out by Matt Lears. Tannehill recovers the ball for the turnover. Moving on to the third, Frontenac finally able to get in the end zone. However, after this one, they still trail 35-6. Frontenac, season ends tonight. They lose at 42-6. Unfortunate break here for the Uniontown Eagles. Uniontown's supposed to play Opie tonight in the 1A quarterfinals, but they had to forfeit due to COVID-19 issues. So Opie moves on, but Uniontown, good season. They finished with a 6-4 overall record. Coming up after the break, Cassville aims to clinch a district title at home, while Colgan tries to move on to the state semifinals. We'll have those highlights coming up next. The Cassville Wildcats host the Mount Vernon Mountaineers tonight in the Class 3 District 6 Championship. Cassville had the week off last week due to a forfeit from Reed Spring due to COVID-19. On the other side, Mount Vernon coming off a 42-0 shutout win over Seneca in the semifinals. Opening drive of the night, Jericho Ferris gets the handoff, follows his blockers, eventually going to be pushed out at the 3, 36-yard gain there. Now, very next play, Zach Conan finishes it off. Fights his way in for the score. Wildcats lead 6-0 after the missed PAT. And midway through the quarter, give to Conan again. Gets to the far side and in for the 3-yard touchdown. It's 14-0 Cassville after the first. They're trying to extend their lead in the second. Ferris gets loose down the far sideline. Chase Strong with the stop and knocks the ball loose. Mount Vernon all over it. However, the Mountaineers cannot turn that into points. Final play of the first half, Mason Bailey looking toward the end zone, connects with Alex Watt. Mount Vernon down 14-7 at half. However, Cassville pull away in the second half to win it 35-13. The Colgan Panthers are back in the 2A state quarterfinals. Last week, Colgan shut out Wellsville 24-0 to earn their shot at a sectional championship. Now this week, it's a tough one for the Panthers. They have undefeated Rossville for a spot in the semifinals. Starting in the first, Woodrow Rezac takes the ball and gets the opening score for Rossville. Bulldogs lead 7-0. Later in the quarter, Panthers ball. The Jake Wright pass gets tipped up. Bo Reeves is there to pick it off for Rossville. Bulldogs, though, can't turn it into points. Moving on to the second. Pass from Torrey Horak to Tyree Sowers. He's able to run it all the way in for the score. Bulldogs at that point lead 35-0. Now, same quarter, Horak connects with Rezac again for another touchdown. Rossville goes on to win this one big, 56-7. Well, how about the Crest Lancers? They've been great all year, coming into the night with a 10-0 record. Crest faces another undefeated team, 8-0 Hanover, for a spot in the 8-man Division II semifinals. Lancers, though, get shut out this evening. Hanover moves on 48-0. Well, that's all the time we have here tonight. If you missed anything, we'll have highlights and a complete scoreboard posted shortly on the sports page at KOAMnewsnow.com. Thanks a lot for staying up late with us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night.